everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Mel. Thank you so much for joining me today for my Hemisphere Christmas Games TBR. So for the month of December, I have decided that I'm not going to do my Roll of Reads TBR. I've actually decided that I'm going to start completely fresh in January, so keep an eye out for upcoming TBR Roll of Reads games in January. But for this month, I'm just going to go with a TBR for the readathon that I am co-hosting, which is the Hemisphere Christmas Games. If you don't know what the Hemisphere Christmas Games are, I will leave a link to my announcement video where I explain all about the readathon. I'll also leave a link to our Twitter and our Discord and also to the Google Docs, so you can go and get all the information that you need from all those various places as well if you would like to join us for the Hemisphere Christmas Games. But in a nutshell, the Hemisphere Christmas Games is a readathon that is thinking about the fact that everyone experiences Christmas and this holiday period in a different way, specifically around the fact that it's not always cold and snowy where people live when they experience Christmas. Specifically for me here in Australia, it's actually summer and it can get quite hot on Christmas Day. So that is what the readathon is based around. We have a bingo board with 9 prompts on the bingo board, and you get points for each of the prompts that you fulfill. You get extra points when you complete rows and the entire bingo board. Like I said, all of the details of how to join the readathon are in that announcement video, so like I said again, it's linked below if you want more information. But basically, the bingo board has all the prompts that you follow to engage with the readathon. There are 3 non-reading prompts, so there are 3 prompts that are to do with Christmas and to do with showing us what you do around Christmas, Christmas snacks, all that sort of stuff. And then we have 6 reading prompts. These prompts are based around either living in the Northern Hemisphere where it's darker, snowy, colder because it's winter, or living in the Southern Hemisphere because it's lighter, brighter and warmer because it's summer. So I'm going to go through all of the reading prompts and let you know what books I'll be reading for those prompts. The first prompt that I want to tell you about today is the prompt, Christmas in the Southern Hemisphere equals lazy days often spent swimming. Read a book that takes place on or near a body of water. For this one, I will be reading The Oyster Girl by Ren Fraser Cameron. I'm just going to read the blurb to you. She was the oyster girl, clamped onto life, encased in a brittle sharp shell, a shadow in the mud, her story a secret. This is a version of La Truita, or Tasmania, that you have never read, a novel of the sea and sailing that tells the story of an island through the eyes of an unforgettable woman, Pearl McQueen, the oyster girl. I'm actually not going to read the rest to you. I just think that gives you quite a bit of information. And as you can see, it's a beautiful cover. And we have lots of sea, so I think this one fits the bill. Next up, we have Read a Group Book. So there's actually 4 group books that you can choose from, 2 that take place over Christmas in the Northern Hemisphere and 2 that take place over Christmas in the Southern Hemisphere. I'm going to be reading What I Like About Me by Jenna Gwilym, I think is how you say the surname. I'm not 100% sure, so I do apologise if I've completely mispronounced that. But this is about, I believe it's about a young woman who is from the UK and spends a gap year here in Australia and experiences life in Australia, including a summery Christmas. It's apparently really, really good and just a really fun, easy read. So I'm looking forward to reading that one. Then we have the prompt, It's winter here in the Northern Hemisphere, with long, dark evenings. Read a book with something dark on the cover. So for this one, I will be reading Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerry Maniscalco. Yes, you guys have seen this on my channel a number of times. I have put this on quite a few TBRs in the last probably 6 months and just haven't gotten to it yet. I haven't prioritized it. I don't know why, because I'm really, really excited about it and I've heard great things about it. The next one in the series has come out, so hopefully I'll enjoy it and I'll get my hands on that one as well. This was a present to me from one of the co-hosts of the readathon, Connor, from Connor's Library Corner, so thank you, Connor. Sorry that I haven't got to it yet. I don't really know why, but I definitely want to prioritize reading this one in December. So this is my dark on the cover. Then the prompt that says, sometimes we just need to be made comfortable, whether cooling down with some ice cream or warming up with a hot chocolate. Read a comforting read. So for this one, I am going to read Guards by Terry Pratchett. I will be buddy reading with Ellie from Earl Grey Books, who is also another host of the Readathon. I'm not 100% sure though whether we'll get to it. I did watch Ellie's TBR the other day, and she said that she will be reading Pyramids. That was for the book Christmas Snooker, I'm not sure what it is. It's another readathon that Helen from Helen's Bookhaven is doing over Christmas. So anyway, I'll link that information in the description below so you can go and check that out. But Ellie did say she'll be reading Pyramids for that, and that was the book that we read last month, so I'm not 100% sure whether or not we'll get up to Guards. But if we don't, then I'll pick something else that is comforting. This is a comforting read for me because I absolutely love Terry Pratchett. I've read most of the Pratchett Discworld novels. I'm not 100% sure if I've actually read all of them, if I'm honest, but I've read pretty much most of them. And I absolutely love this particular series. This is the first in the Watch series, and yeah, it's my favourite series of the whole lot, so I'm really excited to reread this one as my comforting read. The next prompt that I'm going to tell you about is It's Summer Here in the Southern Hemisphere with bright hot days. Read a book with something light on the cover. So another book that I have put on a couple of TBRs and haven't got to yet, and that is Strange the Dreamer by Lana Taylor. As you can see, it's a very light cover, so I think it fits the bill. I don't feel like I need to really explain what this book is about because I feel like most of BookTube has at least heard of it, if not read it. I've heard that it's absolutely beautiful, sort of purple prose, and yeah, I've heard that it's really, really good. This was also a book that was recommended to me personally in my recent BookTube birthday recommendations video by Kat from Brews and Reviews. Sorry, we had 2 cats in that video and we have 2 cats in this hosting this readathon, so I got mixed up. But Kat from Brews and Reviews, who is also another host of the readathon. So yeah, she said that she thinks I really, really enjoy it. Definitely lives up to the hype, and I have been really intrigued by it for a while, so I decided to add it to this TBR. And then the final prompt for the Hemisphere Christmas Games that is book related is Christmas in the Northern Hemisphere often means snow. Read a book where most of the action takes place somewhere that it snows. So for this one, I'm actually going to be reading the Eurovisionathon book club pick for December, and that is again a book club that is hosted by one of our other Readathon hosts, that is Helen from Helen's Bookhaven, who is also doing the Christmas Snooker Readathon as well. So I will link the information for all of that in the description below. And the book is The Christmas Escape by Sarah Morgan, and I believe this takes place in, I did just have the information up, Finland. For some reason I thought Switzerland, but no, it takes place in Finland. So I'm very excited to read this one. It looks really cute and cozy, and I'm excited to read a book that takes place in Finland because I actually don't know if I have read any books that take place in Finland, so that'll be a new experience for me. So those are all the books that I'll be reading for the Hemisphere Christmas Games during the month of December. I do have 2 other books that I would like to read in December. The first one is for my book club, which is the Last to Read book club that I run with Ellie from Earl Grey Books and Lana from Lore and Lullabies. I will link all the information that you'll need for that particular book club if you'd like to join us. We'd always love to have people join us in our book club, so please do jump in and read with us. At the moment in November, when this is going up at the end of November, we are reading Scythe by Neil Shusterman, which is the first in the Arc of the Scythe trilogy. I don't know whether you would have time, but hopefully by the time this goes up, you'd have time if you wanted to jump in and read Scythe, because it's not super short, but I think it's a fairly quick and easy read, and it's very, very interesting, and I'm finding it difficult to stick to the pages that we agreed on for the buddy read. But anyway, yeah, so this should go up within time for you to still read it by the end of the month if you want to, and join us, because the next book that I'll be reading in December for that book club is Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman, which is the second book in the Arc of the Scythe trilogy. So this is about a world where death and disease has been entirely eradicated, but that has caused a new problem whereby there are too many people living in the world. So they have got this new thing where people are recruited as scythes. So they glean or kill people to keep population under control. And it's all about that. It's really interesting. I'm loving it so far. And yeah, really looking forward to reading Thunderhead for the Last to Read book club. Like I said, all the information for that is in the description below if you want to join us. And then finally, I am going to be reading Dancing with the Octopus by Deborah Harding. I'm going to read the blurb to you for this one because I think it will give you a much better idea than I would fumbling around trying to describe it. Incredible. A powerful true story about a violent crime, a dysfunctional family, resilience, reckoning, and recovery. Jane Garvey. Women's Hour. One Omaha winter day in 1978, when Deborah Harding was just 14, she was abducted at knife point, thrown into a van, assaulted, held for ransom, and left to die. But what if this wasn't the most traumatic, defining event in her childhood? I feel like that would be the most defining event of my childhood, and that completely gives me the creeps already. Haven't even started it yet. So this is a true story memoir about Deborah Harding's experiences. I'm reading it as part of Chloe's Crime Scene Corner, which is another book club that I am joining in on when I feel like it, basically. So Chloe from Chloe Reads Books runs this particular book club. This particular book I was sent by Chloe, and she put a really nice little note on the front of the book that says, "Thank you for supporting me, my book club, and my channel. Love, Chloe." So how that worked out was that I believe the publisher of this book sent a bunch of these books to Chloe and asked if they could include it in her book club, and she decided to do a giveaway for the people joining in the book club, and I won one of the giveaways. So thank you very much, Chloe, and yeah, I'm looking forward. Well, I will anticipate getting something out of this book. I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to it, but I think it'll be interesting and definitely something I think will be better read with other people. So yeah, that is my December TBR. Like I said, all the information for the readathon and the book clubs are in the description below, along with all the people that I talk about in this video. If you have any comments on any of the books that I have chosen or anything else that I talk about in this video, please do comment all of that below because I always do love to chat with you guys. If you would like to leave me a comment but you don't know what, then in honor of our octopus, leave me an octopus emoji. All of my social media details are listed in the description below, so if you'd like to go and follow me on any of those other platforms, please feel free to do so. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, like I said, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.